let's do this. I'm not even gonna give an intro, I guess, because no one's really here to see it. But yep, this is just some art I'm doing for the game I'm making with my hubby, and yeah, I don't know. Here we go. I gotta go to Photopea because I don't have Photoshop and do some stuff off screen. Really sorry about that. Yeah, basically what I'm doing is like this wall texture and substance right here, and I'm making some alpha brushes like that. So I made this one, I made this dent, and I made a few more. I just gotta import them. So I'm gonna do that. Oh, sorry. Hopefully I don't get license penalty for that snippet of Underworld. Okay. I got this crack that I modeled. And I use my iPad, I use Nomad. Crack. So I'm gonna export it as an OBJ and airdrop it. To my computer. Pop back over to Blender actually. So this is the exported from Substance. This is like what it looks like in Blender. But I'm still working on it. I'm not super happy, but I'm going for kind of like a stylized wall. Okay. Let's import that. Oh no, which one is it? I'm pretty sure it's just called Alpha Brushes. Let's probably this one. It's teeny tiny. So tiny. Scale it up. Oh, also, you know what? I'm in the wrong file for this. I actually have a dedicated file. Let's see. Called Alpha Brushes, where I made a material that I can render out, or I can bake out like a little black and white map, depth map. Okay. Yeah, this is the material for sure. This is not the material. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I've rendered these out, so just gonna do that. Okay, yeah, see that's that one, which is this one. So I already did that one. It's so hard to keep track. I haven't opened this file for like probably a week now. Oh, hello. I guess I already did the depth too. Let's do this crumble 3. Looks we have crumble 2 and crumble 3. They're like slightly different textures. So let's put this dent material onto the crumble 2 object. And I have this greater than node that just kind of like makes it either black or white, which is really good to be able to tell kind of like where you want the base to be. Actually, I'm gonna do this should always remain at 1, and this is the value you scale. Whoa, that's a huge number. Is that true? I forgot. Okay. Yeah. That's probably good. So then, if we take this out and look at it in the camera, which is like specially set up with this plane where I should just be able to hit render. Wait a second, it's not render. Escape. Sorry. It's because this is on. Okay, that should work. Okay, way to work. Let's try that, I guess. Okay, yeah, probably something like that would be best. I actually have to look at what these look like. 1 second. Okay, yay. Alright, so this is good. Let's render this. That kind of looks weird, but maybe it's fine. Like it looks a little pixelated, or maybe my mesh just wasn't super. Anyways, I'll just see what it looks like. I'm gonna save the image. My file system. Don't look. Nah, it's fine. I'm actually really organized, and I have the best file systems. We don't want that though. Whoa. Oh, actually, no. Crumble. Oh, capitals. You want to have everything have its own name structure and try to stick with it. Oh wait, but O2. Okay. Now I'm gonna open Photopea and secretly, without you noticing, I'm gonna invert it. Sorry, did I blow into the mic just now? Okay, opening Crumble 2. Oh, yeah. I was gonna actually share something I learned, which is, for some reason, these need to be exported as EXR files, because it's just OpenEXR here in the output of output. In the output section of the output section. There's this, and yeah, someone just said it's better. I forget why. Something to do with the pixels. Okay, I have inverted the image. And now I have to export it as a PNG. Exported it. This is all secret. I didn't set it up so you could see it. I forgot. Downloads and just drag that into where it goes, into my file system. Right. And now we can come back to Substance. Now I'm gonna add aerosols. Combo 2 PNG. And you'll notice it's inverted. And we want to define it as an alpha. Okay. Oh no, did I? Hey guys, I messed up. Apparently I didn't invert it. How was I supposed to know? I've only done it twice in a row. Okay. Well, that's fine because I just have have it. Let's see if EXR works. And it does. Weird. Yeah, see, it's like that's the inverted one. Anyway, we don't want that one. Okay, so that's my new crumble. So let's see. If I click on this and I'm in brush mode. I'm actually not that great when it comes to Substance. I'm still learning myself. But I know my way around the neighborhood. So instead of like a base color of black, what I want is more of this like blue-gray that I've done previously. And the height information will probably be not as crazy. Whoa, that still doesn't look great. It's just too light. Okay, let's actually just sample the wall color and go from there. Yeah, that looks better. Maybe the height information is still... I don't like the way that looks. It looks very much. Well, I have other crumble brushes that I made, so maybe those will be better. Oh. Okay. Please. So this is kind of like my hacker way of making trim sheets in Painter, in Substance Painter. I made this piece of geometry that is like UV mapped a certain way where the end of it is like placed over here so that it's tileable. So yeah, you can see here that there is some tiling happening and I can like draw on it and it'll make it tileable. Yeah. And we can turn the crumbles off. Sorry. Let's just start a new paint layer. And I'm gonna do this. Oh, it looks really good if it's the same color. Yeah, that looks cool. I really want to add some kind of angle jitter. That way I can... Oh, sometimes that happens though. You'll notice that like harsh cutoff. I don't know. But it helps if I just kind of come over here and do it here. Something kind of like that. Okay, I'm just gonna make more. I'm gonna finish off my crumble alphas. Back to Blanda. Ooh. Okay. Crumble 3, which is pretty much the same shape. I just made like a couple different rounded ones. But let me adjust this value. So the wider it is, the like deeper it is. Sure, we don't want that. Maybe, but also like maybe sometimes it's too deep. I guess I could just adjust. Okay. And oop. I did. Wait. There we go. Still rendering. I don't really notice the difference between 1 frame and 100 frames, but I feel like 100 doesn't take that long, and why not? Combo 3. We don't have to invert it, which is fun. That's fun for us. Oh. I'm back in Substance, sorry. And alpha brushes, combo 3. Okay. Oh. See now what? Huh? Why would you Oh. Oh, you know what? I think it still had the data from Chrome, that like brush I deleted. Well, that looks kind of cool with the like bits still kind of on the wall. Alright, delete all that. And there's something there. Delete that layer in general and start a new one. And let's go. Oh, you know what? Also, I need to work smaller because it's easy to just kind of make one tile with like a few strokes, but I wanted it to be a little, there's like more, which requires me to work more zoomed in. I like to zoom out and kind of see the big picture, but then I make everything too big. Okay. I guess I could like put it on its own layer. Something I have not figured out is how to rotate these layers, like transform. Like, I know how to do these. Oh, yeah, see? Although it doesn't look like anything. These. It's a mystery. We'll never know. Yeah, let me go back and do some more alpha brushes. Oh, sorry about that. Actually, no. And then let's look at these other ones that I imported. Looks like I increased the scale by 6.005. Woo! Okay. And then apply my Dent 2 material, which I should really rename because it's more than just Dent 2 to me. It's my alpha material. Alpha, my depth. Depth material. I'll know what it means. Okay. And I should probably be making like a different depth material for each one because they kind of require like a special setting. Once you have it, you're not really going to re-render it. Or I'm not. No, I will if it comes down to it. Oh. Every time. In fact, I'm just gonna Get ahead of the curve and turn that off. I guess we can render it, huh? Cracko 1. Even though it says crack 4 here, don't listen to that. There. Okay. I'm gonna export my other sculpts. Crack. Oh. No, it should have been crack 4. You know what? Crack 1. My sculpt for crack 1 kind of looks... well, I actually don't like crack 2 either. I'll show you crack 2. Here's crack 2. I guess it's not bad. Sorry. Crack 2. You know what? I kind of fucks with it. Can I say that on stream? I mess with it. Alright. Export. AirDrop to my computer. There it is. And I'm just gonna export the other ones too. Okay, and I already did crack 4. That's all the cracks I did. Oh, I have a big crack over here. I did a big crack. AirDrop. Okay. I did another crack, but I didn't name it. I'm just gonna name it. Crack. I guess 5, huh? Well, let's say it's another big crack. I don't know. 2. Okay, export it. Okay, I think that's it for now. Okay. Alrighty. Wait. There's like a Lumina Plus notification here. You can't see it, but it's kind of blocking me. I don't want to reinstall Lumina Plus. Oops. Well, okay, we'll just scooch this. Okay. Let's turn everything off. scale this to the same scale as everybody else. And also change the name so they're all in line. Okay, same here. Same here. Okay. Okay. These are my cracks. Let's turn these babies into alpha brushes. Depth material. Okay. This looks good. We already rendered this one. Okay. That's what I thought. Right? Yes. Moving on. Moving on to crack 2. So, just do like right there. What can I say? I like to fiddle with it. Okay. Oh, it's still rendering. I kind of like it to be 100 frames because it's an excuse to just like sit and do nothing for like a second. Okay. Cracko 2. Yeah, I know these cracks aren't, they could be better, honestly, now that I'm seeing them like this. They are a little shaky. Cracko 3. Like all these little ends could be a little crisper. Things could always be better. And sometimes you just have to do it anyway. You can always go back and fix things. Ideally you don't, but that's life. I'm just gonna name this Crackle 4. Because big crack, little crack, it kind of is all subjective. Kind of. crack. Big crack. I'm sorry. Okay. I am listening to Big Mouth, Underworld in my ears. I wish I could play it on the stream, but those greedy copyright lawyers. Right? Okay. Let's go back to Substance and import all those images that we just made. Which is crack all the cracks. Right? Yeah. All the cracks. They're all gonna be alphas. Added permanently to our library. If it isn't a crack. If it isn't a little crack that I sculpted and made an alpha brush out of. You can really see it. It's kind of nice though. I think that looks pretty good. Let me just make it more visible. Okay, I'm also gonna turn down the base color. Yeah. So now what I want to do is kind of like make put this brush here, but then have the orange paint be kind of worn off. So let's see. Does that make sense? It's hard to think and talk. Okay, I'll be real. We're thinking, we're talking. It's a mess. Okay. That looks pretty good. Cool. Is it feeling stylized? I don't really know. This is kind of a learning process for me. Like, I don't know if I mentioned that. I almost don't like these. I'm gonna delete this. I don't think I need that. Well, I gotta say, I am happy about how these crack brushes turned out. I really gotta be real about that. Right? Alpha brushes. Very underrated, very easy to make. I don't know if they're underrated actually. Don't listen to me. Okay. Let's look at our other cracks. That was just the first crack brush. Oh! Yeah! I like it. What if we put one at the top? It's like a crack came down. That looks so good. Right? Okay, but it does need to be darker. Oh. I do have my like angle jitter on, so I kind of have to get lucky, but I'll sit her all day. If I have to. Right? It's like not very dark in there. Like comparatively to this. Yeah, I'm gonna erase these. And maybe it's not the brush per se, but they just aren't working for me right now. I'm really vibing with the cracks. Although we do need crumbles. I can't deny, you need a crumbles. Cement, for old cement. This is kind of for like futuristic yet dilapidated like apartment complex. Yeah. You gotta have a crumble. You gotta have a crumble on the wall. Crack 3. Let's try out crack 3. Why is that open? I don't really see anything. I'm scared. Alright. Something really, really fishy is happening. Okay. Everything made sense. Wait. Oh my god. No. We're fine. Okay. Delete that crack. I know it's a good crack. We'll put it back in a second. But like nothing's working. I just want to know when. Yo. Oh. I'm using the eraser. Just end it. Okay, I did kind of like it big like that, but I like the size of the brush. Goodbye. Goodbye. Or like, let's make it a little more faint. Yeah. But okay, did erase these. I wanted to. Oh, okay. Let's turn off the crack alpha here, because that's for the eraser doesn't need that. But the eraser does kind of need a smudge, because that was a good eye save. Let's get like a soft, these Kyle brushes. Thanks, Kyle. Love the Kyle brushes. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can unlocking. Look at that. That's fun. I like stamped my brush and then I erase some of it. Oh. Yeah, I'm realizing the resolution on my brushes really, really sucks. Ooh, gold. Well, we'll figure that out later. After cracking. Okay, guess it's not gonna work. I'm looking, I'm liking. Whoa. Whoa, fam. Fun. Why is that so faint? I'm gonna rerun the alpha brush. I said earlier you wouldn't need to do it, but we're doing it. Shows you what I know. Okay. Go here. Crank that up to be a little brighter. And now I can take a sip during these useless 100 frame rendering. Oh! Hello? Oh, I got a bot. Wow! Untested Presbyteria? Interesting. Cheap viewers on the website. Remove the space. What if I banned him for 1,000,000 years? Nah. Ban him! I don't know. I don't know how to ban people. It's my first stream. I just got here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna override Krakow 4 and re-import it. Let me delete it also. Oh my god. Alpha brushes. I get lost. I just get lost in just the like list of files. That's why I need a system. Okay. Huh. It's You can definitely see it more here, but I have the height information turned all the way like indented, and the white isn't very. Huh. Maybe if I just duplicate. Oh. Whoa. Okay. I don't know. I didn't change anything. Stampy stamp until I get something I like. I actually like how it looked before I fixed it. Alright, that's good. I like that. Cracks. Am I getting crazy with the cracks? Okay. I'm gonna add like a couple more dents to kind of mimic this one, because this one kind of stands out. And if there isn't stuff to kind of help it blend in, it will continue to stand out. But I'm happy with how my brushes are turning out, so I'm gonna save. Yeah. Alright. I'll be right back. Wait, come back. It's funny stuff. It's good stuff. How do I get rid of this guy? Whoa. Whoa, dude. Okay. You know what? Let's get back into it. Let's get back into it. I guess I'll whip out that old dent brush, huh? Dent. It is alphabetical, so that's nice. Whoa. Brother. What if I made another dent brush? I don't know. I'm really not liking the crumble. But I'm loving the cracks. Gotta love the cracks. Okay. I think I'm just gonna like get my handy dandy tool and just do this the old fashioned way. Alright. Start another layer. Paint layer. And let's get like a really normal guy. A normal, super normal brush. Whoa. But like, let's make it really tiny. Okay. And let's zoom in. Alright. So we got one here. No, listen. What am I doing? See these little ones? I handed those. See how much different it looks? It's just tougher. This isn't like this isn't really a great sculpting program. That's why these alpha brushes are so handy. Maybe I can just make it work. That's the same size, and that's too big. Shoot. I guess I could just erase it. I could get rid of it. No. It's tough to see him go, but we can always bring it back. Whoa. Uh-huh. It's like I'm like stitching it. Okay. Alright, that looks pretty like uniform. I guess there's this here. Let's just export it and put it into Blender and see what that looks like. I'm using PBR metallic roughness, which should give me all these maps. Oh, I gotta switch. Oh no, I don't. There's a lot more to the streaming stuff than people think. Like remembering to switch your screen. Crazy. Okay. Where's those sides? I'm gonna go real big. 2048s for the wall. And I have a temporary export folder that I created so that I could just know exactly what files I just created. And then I empty it out of that. I'm currently accessing the files. I am now renaming the files. I'm dropping. Okay, and then I have a folder called old, and I have folders labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it just has the like iterative texture maps, because I don't like deleting stuff until it's all said and done. Okay, let's give this a save. And then open up this. Oh! Yeah, it looks like it already updated. Okay, I went way too crazy with the cracks. Also, this crack almost looks inverted, right? Because the light is coming from the top, so the shadow sides should be on the top. Watch if I like invert this, that's what it should look like. Ugh. Because, oh, well maybe I could just invert it and now everything's fine. Okay, no, because, oh my god. Because now it's the opposite on this indent in the wall. That's really fun. See, the shadow side is on the bottom where it should be, but for the cracks, it's wrong. One sec. Whoops, I was on the wrong screen. But that's okay. Nobody was there. Anyway. Okay, so I have to fix that in the texture. Let's go back to substance. Okay. So it's these. These are fine. What I want to change is these bevel lines that I created. If we come over here, we can see it better. So this is the main one. So I guess these are incorrect. They're popping out. We need them to do the opposite, so it says in, but let's do out. Come back here. Things back on. Save. Export. Okay. Come back to Blender. I actually gotta go into my files and rename my exports and move them. I'm not gonna save this iteration though, because I didn't change much. Okay. There's gotta be a better way to refresh textures, but I don't know. Okie dokie. So let's make sure. Let's invert this. Let's see if that looks better. Yeah, okay, shadows on the bottom side of this and the bottom side of the crack, so we fixed it. Alright. Well, okay, I think that looks pretty good, but also kind of over the top. These cracks are just a little big. You know? So I'm gonna go back and keep working on it. Back to substance. Okay. Well, at least we know the crack brushes look good. And now I can start over. I think this one looks good, but not this one up here, so let's erase it. Okay. And this one's just insane. I think a big part of what I'm not liking is the resolution of this crack compared to the resolution of this crack. Not really working. Let's get rid of this one. And this. And this. I don't think any of that looks particularly great. Cleaning it up so there's not too much. Okay, let's export that. Okay, now I gotta go get those files, rename them, and place them. Okay, and the best way I know to refresh materials is just to reopen the file. So yeah. Okay. Obviously the tiling is okay. Okay, obviously the tiling doesn't look super great. It's very noticeable, especially with the doors kind of almost segmenting it. So let's try to fix that. I almost feel like I wonder if there's a way to make like 2 of these and use it like I guess Oog. also don't like this card. Oops. This one, the big one. I know there's a better way to do this, but I'm not interested at the moment. Hmm. Okay. And export them again. Starting to think less is more when it comes to these balls. Yeah. Yeah. You can still see the tiling, but it's like kind of less pronounced. Alright. I'm happy with this wall for now. I think I might make another texture like for this doorway. Let's see. I guess it could also be cement. I don't really have a concept for this. I'm kind of winging it. I do have like a mood board that I'm going off of, but actually I'm gonna do the doors because they look the crappiest and therefore they will be the most satisfying. Okay. Okay. Go back to substance. Let's open. Oh, no. Let's save. Open. Actually, let's just. Oh, okay. Let's just save as. I'm just gonna save this and then delete all the layers. Delete all the layers and start new. Okay, I'm gonna make a new folder for this door. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm making a new folder. Door. Cool. Okay. This is now door 01 texture, so. Oh, hello? Okay. Okay. And let's just delete everything. And save. Okay. I could just use a smart material, you know? If I knew how. Fill. Someone's probably like a fill layer. So like a fill layer, and you can. Okay. if it were kind of like that darker gray, but white can be cool, maybe. Let's just slap that on. Oops. Wrong folder. That's okay. I'll just remember for next time. Okay, we can just use this. Okay. We can just use the material I made for it. Door apartment metal. Okay. I think it's Command Shift T, Control Shift T. I always forget this. Okay, looks like we're doing it manually. There's like a node wrangler thing where you can wrangle your nodes and it just helps you import stuff quicker, but I don't know, man. Wow, already looks so good. Now we want... is there a way to get this to just go to the last folder that you were in? That would be nice. Okay. Metallic. Just fully metallic. And let's make this a non-color map so it works properly. Okay, let's add the roughness. Okay, also make that non-color. Yeah, it's certainly has a material on it. I don't like it. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna UV map this. UV unwrap, project from view. It just kind of gives me a nice base. And let's isolate this. I'm gonna select all these. Turn on this UV sync button, which allows me to manipulate these without affecting the other UVs. Project from this view. And I'm gonna cut it on this edge. Whoa. Hello? Let's turn that back on, I guess. And I have this Mio 3D add-on, Mio 3 UV. Yo, cut. Okay, you know, that's fine. There's no cut tool there. It's fine. We'll find it. We'll find it. We got a seam. That's right. I'm a little Maya brain sometimes about these things. Mark seam. And we have to do that for these too. So that just lets Blender know this is where I'm cutting it off. Okay. Let's get all these. And okay, let's just select one face and then A for all the faces. Follow active quads. So this should have unwrapped it technically. I hope. Oh, hello. Thanks for joining. Hello to you too. I just want to select the whole row. There we go. I am making my own game with my partner. We're not like too deep into it yet, but I got this like hallway going. This is just Blender. It kind of looks like this in Unity too, but right now I'm working on texturing. So earlier I was working on this wall, kind of doing it in Substance. And are you making your own game? Oh, that's cool. Are you working at a studio? Or are you doing indie or? Yeah, me neither. I used to work at a little studio, but we were impacted. Yeah, it's really tough out there, but I think personal projects go a long way and you can, you know, make money off of them or just do it the way you want to do it. And I know games is a little uncertain right now. It just is a career, so I think it's the time for hobbyists. Okay, I'm gonna delete this side and duplicate this. Rotate it 180. Cool. This game it's a RPG about a girl. Here she is actually. Where is she? She's a girl and she's like in a kind of cyber futuristic society, and just we're still working out the plot, but kind of Kingdom Hearts ish inspired, and some other games. Like we were originally really inspired by it's like a card combat game. I'm not on the game design side, so my brain kind of like pushes the stuff out, but yeah, I'm not doing a great job pitching, but yeah, I'm really inspired by just like kind of commentary about technology and how it takes over society and how it can kind of take over your life, and kind of that theme. Do you stream? I'll check out your channel sometime. Okay, yeah. Yeah, my partner's watching. There you go. I need to memorize that. Yeah, definitely share your work. All the faces. UV mapping in Blender is so strange. I came from Maya, and I have to say, when it comes to UV unwrapping, Maya, their system is just really good. Ah, yeah. I really like Maya. I had to switch to Blender because I just couldn't afford to pay for Autodesk, or I didn't want to. So I learned Blender, and Blender is an awesome tool too. Like, I think if you're blocking stuff out, or if you want to just, you know, whip something up, it has, I like a lot of the modifier tools. I think you can do a lot of that stuff in Maya, but it's a little more like hard to figure out. But, oh yeah, let's check my art station. Damn. Yeah, good stuff. I wish I should have set up my browser. I'll set up my browser next time. Wow, this axe you made is really cool. Nice. Yeah, good stuff. I guess the best way to UV map this would just be to leave these straight up instead of like unwrapping them all crazy. Okay. Cute. I really miss Maya's like selection tools. Like Blender's not as good as selecting edge loops. Also beveling, that's another thing I miss. Maya's beveling tool is really, really awesome. To the other side. Let me isolate this. Damn. There we go. Okay. Let's mark this seam. And then project from view. Whoa, who are you? Oh, you're the inside. Okay, that makes sense. I'll cut a seam here too. Okay. Project from view. Yep. Okay. Woo. Oh my god. Okay. Isolate these. Select a face. All. Follow active quads. Like that is the most ridiculous. Like what do you mean follow active quads? Just, you know, unwrap on the x-axis or unwrap on the y-axis. Very strange. Okay. We got the inside and the outside. We got the doorway, which is a really funky shape to have in a UV map because it's just so big. Okay, I want to kind of make one atlas map out of these shapes. So I have 2 doors and a doorway and a bunch of shapes, and I do want to keep them separate because like I don't want to stack because I want them to potentially have different paint strokes assigned to them. Okay. That might be kind of okay to do. Let's put it inside there. Yeah, that works. Okay. Good enough for me for now. These should be wider. Okay. I guess that's our atlas map. There's definitely a lot of just kind of empty unused space, which I don't love, but Sayonara. Okay, I'm gonna save real quick. And then let's duplicate these. And then, oops. I'm gonna put them kind of off to the side. Listen. That's it. I don't know. gotta lock in. I gotta lock in, you know what I mean? Like I'm just staring at my screen. I need to create a little special folder. Okay. I'm just gonna call this special. Special door folder. To put my dupes in. Okay. Special door. I'm gonna rename this because that's gonna confuse me. Door export. Okay. I think now what I want to do is I think I'm just gonna combine it. All right, and export it. OJ. Yeah, those cracks are kind of crazy. A little too crumbly. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna go back to substance. And let's create a new and let's get our door object. Okay. Sure. Oh my god. No! I do this every time I export. It's fine. No problem. Just gotta click that every time. I think I need to change my export settings. That's what's up. I'm gonna Google that. Aha. Let's just call it Alicia Presets. Okay. Okay. Back to substance. New. Get a new one. The door OJ. Which is just the door OJ. Although it did look kind of funky, but we'll figure that out. Do not see. Oh yeah, she's funkalicious. I think there might be some. When I combined it, maybe some of the normals are messed up, so let's go here. Back to Blender, I mean. And turn on face orientation. Big time, no. Okay. Okay. And let's get the I'm gonna invert these. Here we go, normals, flip. Alright, let's export it again. And let's new the door. No save. Alright. Cool. So this is the front of the door. Okay. I know there's a way to just drag and drop material here. Okay, we don't want charcoal. Let's start with. I almost it's like I can't have any of these because they're all too realistic. That was a good starting. Base. Get a little better. And what if the door frame was just a different color? So I'm going to duplicate this and then add a mask, drop in here, call this door frame, and just add a black mask to that. This guy, polyfill. This is polygon select. Polyfill. So fill the polys. How do I use this? Even if you've used a brush before, sometimes it's just like coming back to it is a little. So it feels a little brand new. Oh, I'm actually doing. Oh boy. Looks like I was feeling polys. Okay. Just color information. Turn down the fill. And I'm just gonna start. Kind of filling in just some swatchiness. I'm kind of going for painter review because I do need to practice that as well. So this is a good way to get good. Just dive in. One thing, actually, I think before I get too deep into this, I do want to make like a high poly sculpt, because that always looks pretty good. I could always just use my alpha brushes. I think it would look really cool to get some like actual dense. Yeah, I'm gonna take this into sculpting software. my iPad. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna call it. It's been about 2 hours, and I don't have my iPad set to be able to stream that. Maybe we can work on that, but yep. So we did a couple things today. We got some alpha brushes transferred, some sculpts transferred into alpha brushes, used them as a tool. That was fun. And UV mapped some stuff. Thank you for joining. Dir? Is that how you pronounce it? Deer? Deer? Am I pronouncing it right? Is it okay? Well, thanks for showing off your portfolio. Oh, yeah, I was definitely butchering it. You know, I'll look it up how to pronounce it. And I'll have it right next time. Yeah, see you next time. Bye.